Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is OmniBadu and I am back with another one. Yay! Keep in mind that these are general collective readings and I don't read for any one specific sign on this channel. If this is your story, your business, if this resonates, be honest with yourself. Plug yourself into the reading where you deserve to be. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down, hit the reverse on it. Do whatever you have to do, but don't force it. Only take what resonates with you, your life, your story, and leave the rest behind. If this is your story, your business, if this resonates, give it a thumbs up, like it if you like it, and subscribe if you likes my vibe. Welcome, hey, if you're new, and welcome back if you have been here before. Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, so let's see what's going on. Let's see what we finna talk about this morning. What? Bankrupt, past due. Some of y'all might be having some financial woes. That is so wild because, yeah, like the last reading was complete opposite energy, wasn't it? Outdated, expired, disused, old news, discarded. Some of you guys may have filed for bankruptcy a long time ago, like 7+ years ago, and maybe your whatever it is, I don't really know how that works, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, when you file for bankruptcy, it like has to go on your credit maybe or something like that. And if you've done it, I guess this would be for you and you would probably know better than I would, but I'm gonna just tell you what I'm trying to say. So you could have filed the bankruptcy and then say like they put it on your credit or whatever, however it works, and then, or you have to report it or put it on papers when you fill shit out. Don't know, right? But regardless, it could be time for it to like fall off of your credit, or time for you to not have to like tell people that you filed for bankruptcy anymore or something like that. Yeah, so I don't know. It's like outdated, it's expired or whatever. It's like old news. It doesn't matter anymore, or something like that. We have ego coming out, hurt ego getting in the way of the relationship, etc. Some of y'all are dealing with somebody who just recently went broke, or they're getting ready to file for some sort of bankruptcy. Like, you may not even know this, right? Like, say this person like started acting weird or shifty or shady, and you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on? You know, like something's not right, or they don't seem like their normal self. It could be because they're in some sort of financial trouble and they're getting ready to have to file for bankruptcy. They're all in their feelings. Their ego is bruised. This person might have thought they had better money management skills, or they made more money than they actually did, or, you know, they may not have realized that they were living beyond their means. Who knows? Who gives a shit, right? Regardless, they're like pissed off or whatever about this. Old news. I don't know, y'all. If the person is being kind of shitty and you're like, what the fuck? They could be like getting all attitudey and moody and shit with you. I feel like a lot of it has to do with their money problems. And for some odd reason, I know I'm dancing around it, but because I don't want to say it, but with discarded, this person may actually start to like take a step back or remove themselves from the situation with you. And it's all because like they're embarrassed that they're filing for bankruptcy. They could have other shit going on. We have carless, no car, repo car issues. So they could, you know, be getting ready to get, their car could be getting repossessed. Maybe this person took out some sort of a title loan against their car and they weren't able to pay it or keep up with the payments, and now they're coming to take their car away. We have a situation is about to explode. Shit's about to pop off, up in flames. So Yeah, I feel like somebody's financial life is about to go like up in flames. Like I feel like their shit is about to explode. Shit's about to get ugly, okay? And or this could be that this person was already not doing well with bankrupt. Like this could be somebody who's broke. They don't have any money. They don't have it like that. And they may feel like they're being left behind because of the fact that they don't have money. So just take it as it resonates. Yeah, because some of y'all may be dealing, this could be like an ex who's broke or bankrupt, or maybe they were already broke and now they're having to file for bankruptcy on top of that. And maybe you guys broke up a long time ago and you guys have been broken up for years. But you could be in a new relationship with somebody who has or makes a ton of money. And this person may be watching you from a distance. And so they know that you're dealing with this new person who has all this money. And they may feel like, oh, you know, she only like him because he got all that money. Or she only don't want to mess with me no more because she with that man with all that money. And it's like nobody was even thinking about this motherfucker before you met the person that has the money. So like, what? You know, why are you in our business? You know what I'm saying? Like it's always giving that. Oh, look at what's at the bottom of the deck. Divorce. So, okay. Spirit, make it make sense. I'm getting excited. This is messy. Okay, so with divorce, breaking contract. Ooh, with underneath that, rejected. Okay, an obsessive lover. With depression, you better quit playing with me and looking you up. Okay, kissing ass. This is where we gonna stop at because this is like irrelevant. Okay, Spirit is bringing it together for me because I'm like, what? No, this is not somebody who had money and was wealthy and then they went bankrupt. No. This is someone who was broke as hell, cannot pay their bills. They're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Probably ain't got a pot to piss in, a door to throw it out of. Okay, don't got shit. And that's okay. Look, life come in stages, waves. Sometimes you ballin', sometimes you got it like that, sometimes the fuck you don't, right? But this person could always be always broke and never ever have it like that, because this person may focus on things that are not important, like stalking other people and trying to see what they're doing and who they're doing it with and what the people that they're doing it with and what they're doing. And they trying to figure out how much money they got and you got and y'all got, and then this person's in the, right? So they worried about everybody else's business but their own. Hence, they're broke, right? You got to focus on your bag if you want something to be in it. You got to focus on the bag if you want the bag to grow, right? They're not focused on the bag. So the bag, it's not growing. This could be that somebody filed for bankruptcy many moons ago. Could be this person and the shit could be getting ready to fall off. Or you may have had to file for bankruptcy while you were with this person or after you left out of that situation, and it could be getting ready to fall off and expire, right? Okay, so the broke person, the broke masculine, is feeling discarded. They're feeling slighted. They're feeling not good enough. So very heavily in their feelings, you know, feeling super insecure. They may even be feeling like afraid or something like that, feeling like they can never get you back or whatever because of something to do with how much money they don't have, which I feel is that, you know, they're comparing themselves to somebody else because we have getting a room, hotel, motel, suite, business, pleasure. So you may be, the fact that somebody is able to take you to nice places, take you to high-end extravagant, you know, locations and trips and things like that. They could be business and pleasure, right? This person is just taking you everywhere that they go with them because they may really like you, really enjoy your company. And they may be becoming a little bit possessive. They may know about this person here who doesn't really have any money, but who's always around. You know, maybe they feel like, okay, I work a lot, I go on trips a lot, I go on business trips a lot, and you're there with this person, so I'm just going to bring you on trips with me so that this person don't have any time to get into your ear, into your face, or your energy or whatever, right? So you have one person that's whisking you away as often as possible. So that basically, in order to monopolize your time, but not in a sociopath, Stockholm syndrome type of way, okay? Just in a kind of a cute little sweet way, like they really like you and they like being around you and they want to spend all of their time with you, but they just don't have a lot of free time, right? And we got to respect that. People be really wanting to be with somebody who's going to provide for them and take care of them, and then they whine, bitch, and complain when the person's at work. Like, what do you want? Do you want a broke motherfucker, a bum who's always sitting up in your face 24/7 and don't have a job because they exist? Or do you want somebody that's getting it and taking care of your ass? What you want? You can't have it all, right? So this person has figured out a way for you to have it all, okay? And you're loving it. But this person with grudge holder, they are taking it personal. They are feeling some type of way. They're feeling slighted. They're feeling like personally attacked by you going on the trips. How dare you rub this in my face, when ain't nobody think about this person, but they feel like you're rubbing it in their face, because possibly you never did it with them. They were never able to do it. It was never a desire of theirs. And it's only something that they're focused and paying attention to now because they see it happening in real time. And they know that they never did anything like this for you. They were never even able to do anything like this for you, right? They know this. So yeah, it's bothering them. It's disturbing their peace because they're comparing, right? I'm trying to make sure it makes sense because it's weird and it shouldn't be anything that bothers this person. It was never a desire of theirs when they had you in their life in order to even be able to do anything like this. It never crossed their mind because it's not the type of person they are. So it shouldn't bother them. But they're comparing themselves and comparing your time with this new person to the time that you spent with them. And it's making them feel some type of way. They're upset. They're becoming angry towards you. They're taking it as a personal attack on them from you and this other person. So they're starting to become like hostile. Like they're starting to be like a grudge that's building, right? It's like, but it's weird because you're not doing anything to this person. Now, you may file for a divorce. Maybe you guys have been separated for years or months and you haven't actually filed for the divorce yet, but maybe recently you have, or, in the near future or the recent past. And this is going to cause this person to feel like the ultimate rejection, the ultimate bruise to their ego is going to be you filing for divorce, right? Because right now, you're doing whatever, you're getting the rooms, or you already filed for divorce. Like, you know how it is. Some of us already have, but some of us have not. And so I guess I'm speaking to the girlies that have not quite yet gotten to the place where you can afford it or you're ready, right? Because sometimes it's like I still have to wrap my mind around the fact that this is over. I'm taking my time with it, right? Whatever it is, or you can't afford it, like I said, because it's not cheap. And yeah, so this I feel is happening for some of you who have not done the divorce yet. You're still moving on. You guys are still separated. It's just a matter of filing the paper. There is nothing left to the situation. It's done, done, over. Okay. And so, yeah, you're moving on, and this person here may even help you, or they may even pay for the divorce or the lawyer or whatever it is, but again, this is going to be the ultimate rejection. Or if you've already filed, they feel extremely like the separation was already a rejection, but they thought, you were playing, or they could get back in if they say this or do that, or, they just got to get you back in bed. But now that you are filing, or you have filed, boy, okay? So looking you up, for those of you where you haven't filed, this person knows all these things about you because they constantly look you up, and they may even have the other person's social media and be looking at their page as well. You may not even know that they know who this person is, but if you've ever tagged them or they've ever commented on anything, they know who they are and they're watching them too, okay? But even if you guys, and as crazy as it is, I keep saying, like, if you aren't divorced yet, because they do feel, those of you where you're still married, they do feel a level of possessiveness, especially with the obsessive lover, and it says possessiveness on the card. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy possessiveness, and karmic, right? Some of y'all just realized that this was a karmic cycle that you needed to free yourself from, break free from, and you've done that, and you're good. You know, you released it, you've healed from it, and you're moving on, moving forward, you know, on to bigger, better things. And they just cannot let it go. They can't get over the fact that you're truly over them, you're truly done with them, and things like that. Again, this is all just a big, huge blow to this person's ego, and that's why they are all obsessive and stalking you and all that type of shit. It's all ego based, right? It's not even love or sadness, it's ego. They're even have fallen into a depression because of how bad they're watching you, and how jealous they are of this other person, and how much they're comparing themselves. Because literally comparing yourself to anybody in the world is going to do nothing, especially when they have more than you. It's going to do nothing but make you feel less about yourself. It's going to make you hate yourself. It's going to make you hate your life. It's going to make you feel unaccomplished. And it's going to make you feel like you can't achieve anything because you're not on their level. You're their age, but you haven't accomplished this. And so I'm never going to be nothing. You know, you start getting into those type of mindsets with comparing. That's why I don't play that shit, right? It's weird energy. You are you. You are meant to be what you're meant to be doing what you're doing, and be where you are in the moment that you're there. Don't worry about what the next person is doing. They 10 years younger than you and they doing this. So, right? Fuck them. You don't know what the fuck they had to do to get to where they are, and whatever, right? People be so jealous. Like, dude, who knows? Your favorite football player could be, you know what I'm saying, sucking meat on the weekends, the higher up people, because, you know, that's the part of his contract, and that's what he got to do to keep them millions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea. You have to be careful, right? Okay, so we have too busy winning, bad karma, in their feelings, boss daddy. You see what I'm saying? Makes shit up, no facts, falling apart. But we also have tired of drama with trash, throwing away, getting rid of it. So yeah, okay. This person, so yeah, this is wild, you guys. They have fallen into a depression. They're stalking you online. They're obsessing over you. They want you back just to prove to themselves that they're better than this boss daddy, right? They're lying on you. They could be telling people that you're only with this person. Like I was saying in the beginning, they're either saying you only divorced them because you're with this person and this person has money, and that is not true. That is literally the epitome of never has the facts, making shit up and lies, okay? Because this person, you didn't tell them that. Not at one point in time did you go to them and tell them, hey, and just so you know, the only reason I'm with him and not with you is because your ass is broke, bitch. You never said that. So they're fucking lying. Or they're saying the only reason you don't want to be with them is because they don't have what this other person, same shit, right? Worded differently, but it matters. And they're fucking lying. You never told this person anything of the sort. They just cannot wrap their head around the fact that you are absolutely 150% done with them. And so they have to justify it to their own mind because they're narcissistic, right? And their ego is bruised and is normally inflated, and you have deflated it. I know, right? It was like, damn, get it out. I did. So there's no facts, tired of drama, and I feel like that's your energy where you truly are just sick and tired of this person's bullshit. Their anger, their hostility, their comparisons, their mood swings, their highs, their lows, the extreme shifts between the highs and lows, all of that shit. I feel like you're just, it's like, deal with your depression on your own time and deal with it your own way. But I gotta go. Okay, I hope you're all right, Buki, but I'm gonna keep scrolling. Okay, like, please. So we have trash, throwing away, getting rid of, tossing out. You've gotten rid of them. You've gotten rid of the situation. You've tossed it out. And this is the problem. Like, this is literally the issue. They literally just cannot wrap their head around the fact that you're done, that you're tired of the drama, no, you could never grow out of this. You could never grow up. You could never desire more, mature. Where are we doing that at? Like, nah, not my baby, right? So falling apart, falling into pieces. You're too busy winning. This person is receiving some sort of bad luck, bad karma. We have in their feelings, and she's literally putting a condom in her pocketbook. So this person is thinking about, then under in their feelings, we have boss daddy, stable, rich business owner, CEO, BDE, okay? And I feel like it's this ex who's in their feelings over the fact that you are, you know, they're thinking about you sleeping with this boss daddy. They're thinking about the shit that you're doing in bed with this person, or just the simple fact that you're giving this person some of your nookie, okay, some of your goody goodies. They can't believe it. Fishing for comments. So yeah, I guess they're even digging through your, oh, see, yes, spirit, so funny. Yeah, so for those of y'all where you're really wondering how this person knows who the boss daddy is, they were looking through your comments and things like that, like I said. Or looking, you know, one person liked every single picture and post and video, and they're like, that's him. This gotta be that motherfucker right here. Like, yeah, they ready to cut this person's head off. You know, at the bottom of the deck, we have wants you back. And they do. 150% want you back. But not for the reasons that you want. We have fake accounts, fake social media accounts to spy, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even YouTube, etc., right? You know, you may have known that this person used to watch you on whatever, right? But you knew it was under a certain profile name or under their name or whatever, and now, you know, it seems that they've gone away. You don't see them popping up on you. No, they still in there. They just using you know, a backup account at this point, because they don't want you to know how fixated they are on you. They don't want you to know that they're stalking you because of their narcissism, because of their overly inflated ego. You know, I don't care. I don't like you. I don't think you look good. You ugly. Your ass stink. You know, and it's just like, it's like, quit lying. Like, they're full of shit. They're a lying ass SOB. Literally, though, I feel like crazy that this person, oh, look, travel, see? I'm telling you, kick to the curb. I was just going to say it was crazy how this person just talks about you constantly with no actual facts to go behind it. And it literally says kick to the curb with travel. As I was talking about the no facts, it's giving that this person is telling people that you kick their ass to the curb so that you could go on extravagant trips. But y'all, this is wild to me, because I swear before the boss daddy came along, this person's ass been gone. Okay? Gone. Been gone. Never to return. You might have gave them time after time after time, chance after chance, months, weeks, years to get their shit together, to show you something different, to behave in a different manner. And they just continue to double, triple down. Okay? They just continue to just 10 toes that motherfucker. You ain't finna tell me what to do. You ain't finna, and you can't make me do nothing. And you. Well, boo-hoo-hoo. What the fuck are we crying for? What's going on? Why are we sad? Because they didn't expect you to throw their ass away. They didn't expect you to throw them away. They didn't expect you to become exhausted and extremely freaking tired. They didn't expect you to get to a place where you were too tired of their bullshit and the drama that they were bringing into your life. But more importantly, they did not expect the boss daddy, right? They thought even if you finally move on, you're going to end up with a broke ass loser just like them. Or, you know, some job hopping ass psycho who don't know how to hold shit down for more than 6 months. You know, like, they thought for some odd reason, it never dawned on this person that you could, like, do better. Like, that you could, like, upgrade. That you could, like, that never crossed their mind. Like, sure, I guess just people don't make 6 figures in their world. So then nobody in the world makes 6 figures, right? Like, I guess, I don't know. So, yeah. I feel like that's what's really fueling the obsession here. It's like, how dare you try to take your ass on and do better than me? How dare you? Who told you? And now you got him mad. Y'all, this is so wild. Like, you could have been doing it with anybody in the world and they would not give a shit. But the fact that you're bumping uglies or cuties with somebody who makes more than them, is doing better than them, somebody they can't touch, can't fuck with. Child, they are sick, okay? It is sickening. Wild. Yeah, coffee. Oh, my goodness. You just gotta be cautious with the things that you're doing and the reasons that you're doing them. I mean, because you never know how it's gonna bite you in the ass. And it's weird. All of this is none of this person's business. This is all your business. This is your tea. Who you dealing with, who you humping on. None of that has anything to do with anybody else. But this person is taking it so personal. Like, oh my goodness, it's crazy and it's weird. Like, this is right? This is a little weird. It's a little scary. Because they are taking it really personal. Like, for real. Like, I keep hearing, like, how dare you? I keep feeling that energy of just like, who the fuck do you think you are? And what do you think you're doing? Like, wow, somebody is controlling, maybe? We have we have Cupid's arrow, but I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it because I just didn't like the way it fell out of the deck. Soulmates, soul contract, partnership, agreement, soul connection. With healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Yeah, you could have been addicted to the highs and lows of the situation at some point, just not. And that's not like a good thing or, a bad thing. It's just a thing, you know what I mean? Don't shoot. But, and I don't know, maybe we don't like the wording a little bit, but it is what it is. It could have been a little bit of an addiction to the highs and lows. When they're treating you good, when they're treating you nice, it's like a fix. It feels good. Wow, he does love me. Yeah, blah, 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 right? Then the crazy starts. And, you're scared or nervous or angry or whatever it is you feel in those moments. And then they come and fix it again. And now you're happy again. And you're excited. And you knew he cared. You knew he was going to come back and fix it this time because he always do. That's my baby. No. That is not the fucking dynamics that we want to be attaching ourselves to. It is not. That's a karmic cycle, right? It's low vibrational. It is a toxic relationship. But a lot of people get in those dynamics and they think it's cute and they think they're winning and they think that they're building some sort of like strength and longevity and history. And because he cheated on me 19 times and we still together, because I'm a real one and I knew he was always going to choose me in the end. No, you just outweighed everybody else who got more sense and went the fuck on about their business. But I digress, right? So, again, don't shoot. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all how it is, okay? Don't shoot. So, it's the healing, right? It's the healing is what's needed. It's the removal of self. No, this is weird. That's where the tired of the drama comes in. And that's why I was saying this person thought you'd never get tired of that shit. You'd never get over it. You'd never wake up. You'd never see it for what it is. This is ghetto. This is ugly. This is ashy. This is weird. This is low. This is not for me, right? They never thought that you would feel that or think that or say that because it was for you for the time that it was for you. But then you learned what you needed to learn. You woke up, you discovered, you realized, you epiphanized, whatever, right? And you removed yourself, right? So you healing from heartbreak. It could have been heartbreaking to realize that, you had been hanging on to somebody who wasn't really for you, who didn't really have your highest good at heart, who didn't really love you, right? Somebody playing with you and popping in and out of your life and stringing you along and just all that types of shit. That's not somebody who loves you, right? That's somebody who's enjoying playing with your ass and they enjoying the fact that you letting them do it and that's not really a dynamic built around love. It's built around the trauma bond and the addiction of the highs and the lows and the yahs, all right, blah blah blahs. So you could have had to heal from that heartbreak, but I feel like you're good. I feel like you're doing good. I feel like you've moved ahead, into the direction you're supposed to be moving into. You're loving yourself first, okay? Doing things differently than you ever have before, which is why we have this Nine of Swords here, because this person is not able to sleep at night. They're having night terrors because they can feel the energetic shift. They can feel the detachment. Things feel differently than it used to. There was always that knowing that you'd be back, or you would allow them back, or that the separation was temporary. Doesn't feel like that anymore. So now there's trouble in this person's soul. They can't sleep at night. The Five of Wands is giving me that you have people fighting over you, which we know. The boss daddy may know about this brokey, and again, he may be like, intentionally kind of whisking you away so that you're not left in the city by yourself with this other person or whatever, or something like that, something along those lines. Or, having you come over all the time, or coming over all the time, or this person may even be hanging out with the kid or the kids. They could even be like, he don't want to watch the kids. Fine, bring them on the trip. I get them, we'll get a suite and they have a room. You know what I mean, right? So it's like there is this energy of fighting over you, competition. And I feel like it's because of the soul ties. I feel like you have a very strong soul tie with both of these people. Most definitely a karmic soul tie with the person from the past. And I don't know what kind of soul tie you have with the boss daddy, but definitely a soul tie nonetheless. This person is codependent. The person from the past, they, with the obsession, possession, addiction, controlling, right? They're extremely controlling or whatever, but the fact that you have stepped into this high priestess energy, you've stepped into your power, you know who you are, you're not questioning yourself, you're not second guessing yourself, you're allowing your intuition to guide you. You've also learned how to not only have you learned how to remove your energy from this person and vice versa, you've removed, like you maybe used to update them on things that were going on in your life that were unnecessary to update them on because you guys were separated, right? But maybe you were still talking on the phone, or they still used to stop by every now and then. I was going to go do this, or, we went and did paint and sip, or, we went and made pots at the pottery plate. Like you could have been telling them stuff that wasn't their business, and shit you shouldn't be telling them, because when it's over, it's over. And sometimes people need that type of silence to understand that it's really over, and to understand those freaking boundaries, right? You've gotten into this high priestess energy where you've gone quiet, and they're finding it to be a disturbance to their peace because you're seeming mysterious. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't like that, right? They're like, why aren't you telling me where you went last night? It's like, oh, can you watch the kids? Like, oh yeah, where are you going? Where are you going to watch the kids? Or, oh, yeah, I'll watch them. But then you go to drop them off, and they like, where are you going? All right, you guys, giving hugs and kisses, bye, and get up out of there. You pick them up in the morning. Where was you at last night? Y'all ready to go? Do y'all want to stop and get some food on the way? Or bye, right? They're not, in the past, you would have been like, oh, way to go. Not your business, partner. Not your business. High priestess, this is adding fuel to their obsessive fire, right? They're becoming even more obsessed because why the fuck aren't you including me in your day-to-day activities? Why do you feel like you cannot, include me on what you are and are not doing? You had continued treating this person like they were your man when they weren't anymore. Right? And I feel like you just had, and that takes time to understand, wake up and just be like, wait a minute, I don't have to tell you what the fuck I was doing. I don't have to answer to you. You ain't my man. you know, right? We're not together anymore, remember? You know, you just got to kind of get there. And sometimes it gets a little crazy in the beginning because you're feeling all liberated and invigorated, you know, and powerful. But then it dies down and it kind of evens out. And you're just like, whatever, you know, you just kind of get to ignoring their ass. Not today, Queen of Cups. I'm focused on myself. I'm pouring into my own cup. I'm loving on myself. I'm putting myself first, not dealing. Don't have time, boundaries, avoiding a call, conversation, the person, right? So yeah, I feel it's beautiful. I love it. I feel like it's just very, very lovely, a lovely place to be in, a wonderful cycle. This person could be an Aries, or I'm sorry, Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. But yeah, you see, with the Two of Cups, the World, and the King of Swords, it's like there's a soul tie here between you and this person. If they're not an air sign, then this is just, you know, this person is kind of detached from their emotions, very logical and strategic, always plotting and planning, never making any decisions from their heart, always from their head type shit. And yeah, so that cycle of the back and forth, the in and out, the karmic shit, them controlling you, you guys obsessing over each other and feeling possessive over each other. Sure. Hang on to your obsession with me, and hang on to the need to feel that you have to possess me. Fine. But I'm going to release mine. You can hang on to that all by yourself. And so that's kind of the new cycle, right? It went from you guys feeling possessive over each other. You like, oh, I don't give a fuck, we're not together, oh well, fuck him, but you see him with another girl, you hear about another girl, you're coming, right? Like, you on the way. I'm on my way, like you on your way, right? Like, you know, thinking about him all the time, wondering, is there another girl? Isn't that was the past cycle, it was. But in this new cycle, the world is also like a sign of endings, but also new beginnings. It's almost like the death and the rebirth, minus all the trauma that comes along with the death and the rebirth, right? So it's just the ending of one cycle energetically in the universe, right? The ending of that cycle and the beginning of a new cycle in the universe, right? And energetically. So yeah, whatever y'all, that obsessive back and forth bullshit is over. And now I feel like in this new cycle, you're sitting High Priestess, Queen of Cups, and this person is sitting in this addictive, obsessive, possessive energy over you on their own, feeling a need to try to figure out how to get you back in that cycle, which will allow them to feel like they've regained some sort of control over you. Because they're a weirdo. What weirdo? What weirdo? Okay, so the other masculine is here. He's showing up here. He came out as the King of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Page of Pentacles. So you guys may be getting ready to get some sort of communication from this person. We have the Emperor with the Ace of Wands down here at the bottom of the deck. We even have the Empress. Okay. Y'all are getting y'all are going to get a message. What did we talk about? Getting a room and travel, right? I felt like that was more of your past person worrying about and being concerned. So I almost feel like the Ace of Wands is sexual energy, right? It's new beginnings. It's all these things. But I feel like you guys have started this new cycle. Not to say y'all already started smashing. Some of y'all are about to cross that line and you're about to get sexual for the first time, and it's going to hit different because you guys' energy matches so well and you're both sitting in this Emperor and Empress energy. But for those y'all where y'all already been sleeping with this person, because the Lovers is out here already, there is something to do with a manifestation. You guys, there is going to be something. I don't even want to get too much into it because I'm not really sure what I'm seeing here is something to do with manifesting. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Maybe you guys both wanted to be with somebody who matched you energetically, who wanted the same things you wanted, desired the same things you desired, who had a similar drive and focus when it comes to work. They may even do what you do. If you create content, they create. They're interested in creating content, maybe something they've never done, but they're willing to learn. They're very open to trying to figure out how to do it, and you guys do it together. But there's this new cycle, this beginning between the two of you guys is gonna end up manifesting into a 10 of Pentacles, an empire, a legacy. You guys are gonna possibly end up being married to this person, or they may end up being married, you know, wanting to marry you or something like that. So yeah, the things that are going on between Emperor and Empress are very lovely. They're beautiful. There's something very magical about when you guys have sex. And I feel that very strongly. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out here, but we also have the Hangman. Somebody is trying to stop this, right? Somebody in the background is trying to stop the flow of this situation between you and this King of Pentacles. Because the King of Pentacles is the Emperor, just like the High Priestess, Queen of Cups is the Empress, right? So there is someone who may even be sending evil eye type energy towards you, this situation, this masculine, whatever. So there could be a little bit of a delay. Things may happen a couple of months or weeks after they're intended to on a universe type, type of timeline. But it's not gonna, whoever is doing whatever, they're not going to stop the flow of shit, the Fool. The leap of faith will be taken. So if y'all feel like somebody is trying to come between you and this Emperor, the boss daddy, the King of Pentacles, right? This person who's very mature, responsible, financially stable. They could even be wealthy. Yeah, there could be somebody. It could be a female. This could be somebody who's a little jealous of this person, the way that they treat you. They could be upset that this person is like really fucking sexy, really fine, very, very attractive, just look good, right? But they also have a bag, and they're also like madly, deeply in love with you. And so there could be somebody on the outside who's a little jealous of this. They may feel like, why do you always get the good ones? They may even have a person or two that are doing things for them, spending money on them, taking them on trips, doing this, doing that. But these could be people who look like goony goo-goos, okay? And they could be like, how come you end up with, this person and they look like that, right? So yeah, there's somebody who's hating or who's feeling jealous or feeling some type of way or envious or whatever. And they are trying to come between you and this masculine on an energetic level. So this is definitely giving me the energy of somebody possibly trying to do some sort of black magic or cast some sort of spells or do some weird shit. But yeah, I feel like it's going to cause a little bit of stagnancy, but not when it comes to the money. The money will flow, right? That is so funny. Yeah, so we have the King and Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor and the Empress in this energy, right? So the money is gonna flow, but there could be a pause or a gap between these two people. Y'all may take some time apart or something, but y'all are gonna come back together stronger than you were before. And some of you guys, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Some of y'all already went through the period where you guys weren't talking, or there was a gap, or you weren't sure if y'all were going to make it or whatever. And y'all have already come back together, and you see what I mean, right? But when y'all come back together, and I feel like it's going to be like a very explosive type of like encounter sexually for those of y'all where you've crossed that line, like just where you guys were really missing each other and really craving each other and desiring each other or whatever. And I feel like that initial time when y'all come back together is when you need to also be trying to keep your mind on your manifestations while, whatever is going down is going down, okay? Because, yeah, it's going to be some magic in the sauce. It's some magic in the air. And that's going to lead you to this 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. So, wow. So whoever is trying to fuck up the flow of things for you is actually going to end up helping y'all out. So yeah. And then y'all do again, y'all have a couple of people fighting over you, fighting for your attention, you know, fighting for that main position in your life. And then we have the Hierophant confirming these are not people that are just fighting for your energy or your time or your sexual energy. They're fighting for a higher level of commitment. They're fighting to be your man, your woman, your fiance, your future husband or wife. And one of them is the person from the past, and they are wanting to lock it down and keep you and re-enter a marriage or marry you or move in together, or finally, yes, you can move in with me, whatever it is. But they're doing it simply to keep you away from anybody else, because they feel like if they get you back, they almost truly lost you to this boss daddy, and they can't let that happen again. So yeah. Nine of Cups, all of a sudden you are the person from the past. You're their wish fulfillment. All of a sudden, the Wheel of Fortune. This is karma, exactly where you are with the person from the past. It's karma. They're getting the treatment that they deserve. The Lovers literally came out in the reverse with the Queen of Wands. Lover in the reverse is lack of trust, or just like completely not trusting somebody. You know, with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, I feel like, yeah, and the Two of Swords, typically the two swords are facing up, right? Which means the decision needs to be made. There's confusion. There's a little bit of a blockage because I don't know. But when the swords are down, you fucking know. The decision has been made. And I feel like with the skulls being down, indicating that the decision is made, going through this same skull that's on the death card, I've gone through my death and my rebirth. I've made my decision. Yeah, I know what I know. I trust myself. I'm deciding this is what I'm deciding. I'm done, right? And I feel that is why, because the decision was made and you actually completed an actual real life transformation and transition, you really did, have to go through a rebirth. I feel like that's what actually manifested and brought in this boss daddy to you, right? So you're moving in the right direction. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. The fact that it's disturbing this other person's peace is not your business, not your problem. Don't got shit to do with you. The decision's been made. You're pouring into yourself. You're pouring into your own cup. You're putting yourself first. You have yourself on a pedestal. You manifest, you call in somebody who's going to keep you on said pedestal. Enter the boss daddy into the chat. Not to mention that this person that you don't trust, you have a very valid reason not to trust them. There was someone else in the picture, and that person could still, to this very second, be in the picture, in the background, hiding. Allowing this person to stalk you and chase you around and court you and try to get you back. And they could even be telling them, that they're doing it for this reason or that reason or the third, or they're not really, it's not you, it's the kid or the kids, or they don't trust you with the kids, you're a bad mom. They could be saying some wild, outlandish shit that does not make any sense or track. This other person may not have ever even seen this person with their kid or kids before, but they're still allowing them to play in their face and pretend like that's the reason, right? Because it's easier for them to accept that that's the reason, other than the fact that, because it's not easy to accept that they just still want her. They still want her. It's just what it is, right? So they going along with it, talking shit and adding on to the problem. Right? So the other person could still be attached to someone else, the Queen of Wands, especially with the person coming out in the reading, in the background, and trying to come between you and your shit and fuck your shit up. And just like you don't trust them, the Queen of Wands, there's no trust between the two of them either, because these two cards came out together. So you don't trust them because of the other person that is involved or was involved when you guys were together. Or but even the person who may have even came between you guys and the reason that you are no longer together today. But regardless, the person don't even trust them, because they know that they were cheating on you with them, or that they were bouncing back and forth between the two of you guys, whether you knew it or not. So, it's a nasty situation over wherever your ex is. And, just be cautious of people coming in to blow smoke up your ass, because this person is most assuredly not trustworthy. but that's not gonna stop them from coming in. You know, they're holding a grudge against you too. Don't forget that. They're still mad about something you said or did in the past, or just the fact that, you know, you're flaunting, quote unquote, what you have going on in their face, and they feel slighted by it or whatever, right? So just be cautious. This person does not have good intentions. They don't have your best interest at heart. They are not your friend, okay? And but they coming anyway. They are coming, okay? Even if y'all are already divorced. All right, y'all. So be sure to give it a thumbs up. Like it if you like it. Subscribe if you likes my vibe. My name is OmniBadu. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for your likes, your subscriptions, your donations, all of your positive comments. And until next time, bye.